And it's 80 themed.
And it's 80 themed, so you can wear your hair like this.
All right. So again,
Nope. Nope.
there it
Is it
is.
by any chance due on the 17th?
All right. So here we go. Oh, that's taking way too long. Brainstorming is. I'm gonna ask for you to bring some evidence of brainstorming on Friday. And if we scroll down here, we don't have school here on this Friday. I want an outline though submitted to the Moodle here, and then you have spring break, and you have your first draft here, which is the 2nd of April, and then it was supposed to be due here on April 6th. Apparently, we don't have school then either.
Oh. Wow.
I don't know. I don't know why. I don't like it necessarily, but it is what it is. So we're gonna bump it back already. See, this is why I say dates are probably gonna change because life hates me. It's going to be due here, which is the, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th? April 9th.
I don't think life necessarily.
April 9th. Okay, April 9th. I know. Okay, April 9th is the due date. Make that change on your in your world, on your phones, on your calendars, whatever it is, and then I'll try to update this as soon as I can and put a new calendar up here and add a new week essentially. But anyway, we're back here with Grammar Day. Probably not today because I need to, again, talk a little bit about brainstorming. I didn't remember that this day was no day. Anyway, calendars are tricky to plan for, especially here at RPA. So, brainstorming. What exactly are you brainstorming? Yeah, but so you gotta start at the first step here. What are you guys gonna be writing about?
Choose a topic. Brainstorming.
Anything, yeah, whatever. Like we need to start choosing a topic, don't we?
Yeah.
So how do you do that?
Do you have a list of topics for us to choose from?
No, I don't actually. The question was, do I have a list of topics for you? I don't. Why would I not have a list of topics for you?
Because we need to find our own topic.
Because a lot of times when I give you a list, you meaning the collective you, meaning student body in general, you generally stay right there. And it's tough for you guys to think, outside of that particular list. So we got to start right out of your own heads. You got to choose something out of anything possible. So what do you like? What do you like to do? What are your interests? I don't know, and probably neither do you as far as what you can do for your research paper. So what we're going to do today is we're going to practice a little bit of the brainstorming. Not practice. We're going to continue to practice some of the brainstorming techniques. This the first little bank of words here. You guys remember how there's so many words here, and you all roll your eyes at that. Basically, what this says is I'm going to lead you through a couple of different techniques, and these are ones that you've already seen before. But I want to try to get you guys past this idea that brainstorming is just a one-shot deal, and then you're done with it. You're not ever really done with brainstorming, especially in a research project like this that takes so long and it's actually very, very involved. So if I were to think about this in my own terms, I'm going to think that I have actually quite a few interests, personally. And so what I want you guys to do is to help me out and brainstorm a list of possible topics that are just a collective class group of topics. So like, what are your interests personally? And then we'll throw them on the board here as a group consensus. And then I'll just show you how to whittle this all down. So just start tossing out some topics. And I'll try to type softly. Any topic. What are your interests? What do you like to do? Yeah, or not even think in terms of research paper. Just think about what do you like to do? What are your interests generally? Surfing. Okay. What else? Huh?
Sports.
Playing sports. What else?
Painting.
What is it?
Painting.
Banking?
Painting.
Painting.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's odd. I'll put it down. I mean, why not? I mean, banking, fun, interests. Others?
Writing, reading, listening to music.
Thank you.
Rough typing.
Rough typing? I'm not going to write that.
Giraffes.
Giraffes.
Animals.
Is that how I spell giraffes? Yes. Others? Dolphins. Sure. Penguins. Here we go. Now you see what happens when we do this? Yeah. Vegetation. Oh, education. It's like vegetation. Can enunciate me. Books. Others?
I like trains.
You like what?
Trains.
Trains?
Thomas the Train.
Trains?
Work.
Work.
Workforces.
What else?
Oh, work's a trains too.
You do what?
Nothing.
Chains?
Yes, chains.
Chains. Change. Oops. What else?
Pink, fuzzy material.
Pink, fuzzy material.
Traveling.
Got it on there?
Government.
Government. Politics. Others? Keep throwing them out there here, folks. What? Wars. Others? Bullying or bowling? Bullying
Bowling too.
and bowling.
Bowling is more.
Caterpillars. Yes. Others? Some of you are very quiet. Jewelry. Jewelry. Do you know that's how I spell jewelry? Jewelry. Jewelry, yeah. Any others? Any others?
Photography.
Huh?
Photography.
Photography. Others?
Biodegradable material.
But what? Okay. Biodegradable
Degradable.
material. Other interests? Huh? None?
Fire.
Zero. Fire?
Fire.
Fire.
The elements.
Yeah. Fire.
Like the 4 elements. Duct tape.
The 4 elements. Huh?
Duct tape.
Duct tape.
Yeah, you have the duct tape robot right there and everything.
I do. Yeah.
Taylor Bremont made that.
Others? Other interests? No?
I'm excited. I get it.
None. Wow. Okay.
The moon.
And we'll end it with the moon and outer space, which is where some of you are operating right now. In outer space.
In our own little world.
Your own little head.
Actually,
It is in outer space.
it's developing. It's not.
So, let me ask you this then. We've got a list here of very kind of random topics, don't we?
Yeah, just a little.
We go from surfing down to fire and chains. Throw in a little pink fuzzy material in there. We've got a fantastic list. Now, what do you do with this list? I'm done brainstorming, right? These are all the things I'm interested in.
No. Not done brainstorming. I am sorry.
No? What? I have to pick one of these?
Yeah. No.
Well, I choose your own. You get to do your own. Okay, so let's pretend. Again, I'm just modeling here what you guys should probably be doing. Let's pretend that this is my list, and I am interested in things like pink fuzzy material and politics and government and vegetation.
And caterpillars.
Dolphins, caterpillars, whatever. Then what do I do now? I've got a list of things that I'm interested in personally. What do I do next? What's my next step? I mean, I'm done brainstorming, right? So then I go outline, right? No, I'm not even close. I'm not even I'm light years away from that step at this point. If I have a list of 20, 30 things on here, I am still very, very far away from even getting started on my research paper. Why is that? Let's say I choose this. Listening to music.
What type of music?
How do you write a research paper on listening to music that is a thesis-driven, argumentative research paper?
You have to figure out.
You don't, by the way. You can't. Not with that much information. So we have to choose a number of these and do some additional brainstorming and pull out of our heads everything that we know about them, all the different angles that we could take when we do that. So I'm just gonna choose one of these and show you what the next step is. It's the same brainstorming technique though. It's still a listing technique. So let's say I'm gonna choose one that you guys are all going to be bored with, education. All right, I'm going to pull that up.
Will copy you.
Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to highlight it like that. And I'm going to choose some other ones that I'm maybe playing sports. Maybe outer space. I like outer space. And yeah, traveling. So how many did I choose? 4? 4. Like, fantastic. I'm gonna choose 4. Okay, so I'm gonna do education first. So let's just do. Okay, education. Now, what do I know about education?
It's to educate you.
Yeah, there's teaching, learning. There's students. There's teachers, right? There's administration. There's subjects. There's schools. There's books, computers, resources. There is what else we got here? What else is going on with education? Exams. There's college. There's high school.
Middle school.
Yeah, middle school.
Elementary.
There you go. Thank you. Elementary school. What else is there? There's there's assignments. There's what else? What else? What else? Education. Ooh, there's the school day. Length, right? Length of school day. There's the school calendar, which is how long you go to school.
Here we have the careers grades.
Right, we have careers grades. We have grades in general, right? What the heck do grades mean? What else do we know about education? Is it useful? I don't know.
Yeah, it involves thinking.
Oh, thinking. What is that all about? Thinking. There's critical thinking. How do you so assessment? There's standardized tests. There's what else? Ooh. There's creativity. That's creatively spelling that. Other ideas here related to education? Anything possible? No? Nothing?
You have your friends in education.
Friends?
Yeah, you get friends through your education.
Friendships? No.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe. All right. So already you can see all the different possible angles that I could go this, all the different subtopics, right? With education, and there are lots more. So that was that one, and then maybe I'll do playing sports. Right? You see how quickly I'm chewing up some space here? Playing sports. I like I like that game. I also like this one. I like that one.
Yes, you spelled that right.
For you English speakers out there, that's what that means. What other sports are there? There are no other sports. So moving on. What's my next topic? I'm kidding. I'm joking. What do you get out of playing sports? There's the physical aspect of it. There's the mental aspects of the game. There's emotional, right? What else is this? Playing sports is camaraderie. Dang it! I always spell it wrong. How's that wrong?
Yeah, that's.
You
missed the letter. It's
sorry. What else? What's playing sports? Why do we play sports? Ooh, money. Spectators. They're spectators. Leadership. Teamwork. Oh yeah, fun. That's why we play sports, because it's fun.
No one ever plays sports for fun.
Isn't that funny how often that gets lost? Especially when you get to like high school level sports and like varsity, everybody's like just all like aggro and frowns a lot, and it's like, dude, this game, remember? Like it's fun. Remember all that
I
part?
think you lose that when you like leave middle and
that's
elementary school. It's
terrible.
Like, it's gone.
It's terrible.
I love my sports.
We ruin it.
So.
So anyway, I could keep going ad nauseum with this. And then what do? I keep going, right? I've identified. Can you see what I'm doing here? I've identified 4 or 5 maybe possible general, really broad topics, and then I'm narrowing it down even more, and I keep listing. This is just the first technique I want to do is just list, and then any word or phrase that is even remotely related to this general topic, I want to write that down. Okay, so that's what I would like you all to do for practice here. Now I mean, if you just play along today, you'll actually have most, not all, most of what I need for Friday done. Like if you just play along today and actually pay attention and participate in what we do. Okay, again, it's not going to be everything. So if you just do what I ask you to do today and then come Friday with nothing else done, it's not quite going to get good enough. But I'll show you basically each of the little pieces. Okay? Okay, let's take 5 minutes or so. You want 5 minutes or 6 minutes?
You should give us 6.5.
About 5 minutes.
6 minutes. And we'll do just the first phase of this. Just your general, I could write a, I'm interested in. I'm not even like thinking about research project or anything. Just interests. All the stuff that you like or you have interest in or that makes you smile when you say it out loud. Whatever. Okay? This first list, before we even identify possible topics in here, just the lists. Okay? General list, and I'll give you, I don't know. How much time do you need?
6 minutes and 38 seconds.
6. How about 6 and 38 seconds?
Yeah.
Okay, how about 6.5 minutes?
0.14.
I guess that works.
Ready? 6 minutes. If you want to do this on your computer, that's fine. If you want to do it longhand, that's fine too. 6 minutes. Ready, go.
I like your T button. How it's taped on. My cat's in New Jersey. Yeah, he's locked in a cage right now because he can't hear the audio. But that's almost done. Hello? This is Tatiana. Oh, really? Well, right now I'm in the middle of class. Like, seriously, sitting in the classroom. I'm done at 12:30. Yeah. No, she's just like dropping off on me. Actually, I'm saving it. Because it's fun. What's she doing at school? hostile wolf. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So weird.
All right.
Sounded really creepy.
That's there's your 6 minutes and 30 seconds of brainstorming time. How many things did you come up with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 31, 32, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 38 things I came up with, and I only started like 4 minutes and 50 seconds. So you had an additional like a minute and a half. How many did you come up with? Like 5?
20.
Good.
17, 35.
We need to get into the 20s and 30s here, folks. And it does, maybe you write slower than other folks, that's fine. But we do need to get a really, really long list of this going. The next step then is to look over the list that you do have and to pick a couple. Let's just do 2 at this point. And then do exactly the same thing, only with narrow your focus here a little bit. So I have everything from photography down here to languages to brain chemistry to the idea of time, vacation, data plans. I don't know, like my phone, right? What else? Let's see here. Interesting things on here was not really anything interesting. I like the Discovery Channel. But I don't like the stupid reality shows that are on the Discovery Channel anymore. I like the History Channel, but again, I don't like the stupid reality shows that are on the History Channel anymore. What else do I like? I like grammar. Because I'm
Can't
a dork
imagine you would like grammar.
like that. So I have a bunch of things on here that I could probably do. Obviously, soccer shows up here. I'm gonna choose that as one of my possible topics. So I want you to do the same thing. I want you to go back over your list, and I want you to choose 2, maybe 3 general topics that you identify. Interests really is what we're talking about here. Interests. And I want you to continue to flesh those out and then stay within that particular interest. So if I'm going to choose soccer, there are 9,000 different things I could talk about with regards to soccer, right? And we want to develop another list. I'll lead you through another one of these sessions just for one of those, and then the idea is for you to go back, on your own time and do it for 2 or 3 other of these subtopics that we're going to choose. So in class today, we'll do one of those. You're expected then to go on and do more than that. 2 or 3 other ones on your own time. All right. So another one of those little listing sessions. Choose one of these that are on your list, or add one more thing to your list and choose that. It doesn't really matter to me. And we'll do how about 4 minutes this time? 4 minutes of work with this. I don't want to bog you down. And a lot of this work needs to happen kind of on your own time. All right, so 4 minutes of time. Pick one of your little. I'll give you 4.5 minutes. How about that? Pick one of your subtopics and continue to list things related to it. Yeah. Question. Okay. Ready on your marks. Get set. 4.5 minutes. Go. There's your 4.5 minutes with this. And again, that was just a sampling of the kind of time you're going to want to put into this activity. How many of you found that you were able to narrow down your topic a little bit, even in 4.5 minutes? Did you see this as kind of useful? You see where this is going? We're trying to just funnel all of your information that you already have into one particular topic, and this is going to come later on. We just need you to really do some authentic brainstorming at this point in the process. And again, why do we do the brainstorming? What's the purpose behind brainstorming in the writing process?
So you know what you're gonna do, so you don't just jump into it.
Yeah, you got to know kind of what you're going to do. You want to know all the things you don't want to write about, as well as the things you do want to write about. You don't want to just, like I said, jump right into the essay itself. And especially in this one, you're going to get chewed up and swallowed and spit back out if you try to write a research paper without doing the stuff beforehand, like the brainstorming. You'll find that if you do the hard work right now in the brainstorming process and in the kind of whittling everything down to a particular topic, the initial research phase, you're going to find that everything is streamlined after that. Okay, so what do you do? Pop quiz, hotshot. You've got some brainstorming done. You've maybe identified one possible, maybe sort of interest that you might want to explore for a month and a half or 2 months. Now what?
Decide.
Huh?
Decide which one, like these topics you're gonna cover.
Yeah. So far, do we have any kind of cohesive thinking going on? It's all very random, right? So I'll just list, boom, 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 boom. Instead of popped in your head, boom, you put it on the paper, right? Just bulleted list. Now there's really no organized order here, is there?
No,
Not really. Not really.
not at all.
Not at all. Can you see on your little list there any kind of similarities? Any categories that you might want to put together? Perhaps? Yes? Maybe? That's one thing that I'll show you the end result of on Friday. Is categorizing everything on there. So if you have a list, like for example my list, I'll just read it to you. Obviously I chose soccer as something that I might want to explore, hypothetically, maybe, perhaps, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. My list consists of the Timbers, MLS, training and signing in preseason camps, preseason matches, season tickets, fans, the Timbers Army, U.S. national team, Clint Dempsey, Tim Howard, and Landon Donovan. Let's see here, Clint Dempsey in his role with Fulham, Timmy Howard and his role with Everton, Landon Donovan and his loan to Everton, and he actually had a pretty good run. History of soccer, early successes of the NASL and its folding. What else? Why soccer teams fold, international influence on American game. American style, will there ever be one? Hooliganism in the 80s and 90s. Green Street Hooligans is a movie. Violence in the game and outside of it. Problems with growing the game in the United States. The sad state of high school sports, especially soccer. And then I started talking a little bit about formations and different formational approaches and then the evolution of the defender. And that was just in 4.5 minutes. Anything in there sound like it could be related?
Yeah.
All the stuff about the Timbers, right? I could kind of lump together into one category. What else might go together? Maybe all the stuff about the U.S. national team and the players, specifically the players.
Yeah.
Even Landy Cakes. You have to talk about Landy Cakes if you're going to talk about, U.S. national team players. Hooliganism is another one of those fascinating things to me. I mean, I'm absolutely flabbergasted by some of the violence that has happened, especially in the 80s and 90s in hooliganism heyday. So there's that. I could kind of categorize all this here. What I'm going to show you next is another technique, but this is one you should be familiar with, which is free writing. What is free writing?
Or you just kind of write about what comes to mind.
When you write about just whatever comes to mind, that's right. You want to, when I give you a time limit, you want to start writing, or typing, I guess, and you don't want to stop until the time is over. Right? So the idea here is you don't want to worry too much about grammar and spelling and punctuation. I'll never say that you should forget about them altogether, but you don't want to worry about them as much in free writing, because sometimes that self-censoring prevents you from actually getting your ideas down. But what the difference is now with free writing is you have to put things into more cohesive thought units. You know what I mean by thought units? What you have there under your list is just a bulleted kind of shotgun approach to all the ideas related. When you free write, you actually have to put phrases in your thoughts together, so you have little smaller units of thinking, right? So thought units happen in free writing, and it's a little bit more free-flowing. And it starts getting your brain going even quicker than the other stuff. So there's free writing. How many possible brainstorming techniques are there? Do you know? Do you know any besides these two, listing and free writing?
Web.
A web. Oh yes, the web. I love the web. I like the webs that are really, really chaotic and hard to follow sometimes, unless you're the one writing them. Those are my favorite webs. You know why?
Nobody else understands them.
Well, and if it's that complicated, it usually shows that there's a lot of thinking going on there. And what do we want to avoid when we're brainstorming? The brain
Drip.
drip. Right? We don't want to drizzle. We want to storm. So if you look on here, resources for the research paper, you'll continue to check this, by the way, because I'm going to continue to put resources on there. You have click here to open, click student sample papers, right? Remember I showed you these last time around. So if you're ever stuck, like I don't know what this is supposed to look like, or even worse, like we get a week or two into this, and I start hearing the students who maybe haven't been paying attention a whole lot over the last 2 weeks start saying things like, so what are we doing again? Do you know how often, like I don't get it. What do we do? These three are pretty good examples of what you do. So don't bother asking me that over the next couple of weeks because it's right here. Here's our end result. Here's sample end results. A list of brainstorming techniques. Look at it. If you click there, it'll take you to a link, and the link is going to look an awful lot like. Not that. Oh, we'll just show you. Click the link. Yes, open, preview. Yes, please. Hey, look at that. Brainstorming techniques. There's free writing. This is the one that we're going to work on next, maybe, or I'll tell you about. And then we have down here, break down the topic into levels, general topic, specific subtopic, or a single term or phrase. Right? So that's kind of what we're doing here a little bit. Listing and bulleting. We've done this. 3 perspectives. Describe it, trace it, map it. You could do some cubing. Describe it, compare it, associate it, analyze it, apply it, argue for and against it. Similes. You could write a bunch of similes. This is like this other thing. You could do some clustering, mapping, or webbing, right? You know how to do this. We could do relationship between the parts and the whole. We could do journalistic questions. We could do thinking outside the box or using a chart. Look at all of the different types of brainstorming you could do. There's like 8 of them. Somebody prove me wrong.
It has 6 pages worth.
6 pages worth, yeah. That's a lot, isn't it? Yeah. So if I'm asking you all to brainstorm possible topics and to bring evidence of that brainstorming on Friday, what do I kind of expect you all to do? Should you just bring what you worked on here?
No.
And try to pass that off as good? No. You should do some additional brainstorming. And I'm thinking like at least 3 different techniques of brainstorming. At least 3. So you've got 1 down here, right? So and again, I ask you to continue with this listing idea. If I were you, I'd probably set aside, I don't know, 5 or 6, 10, 15 minutes to do some free writing. And then I'd choose something else, maybe a map, a word web, something like that. And maybe you just get on this list and you're like, I don't know, what else to do? How about, I hate the maps thing. So what about this? The big 6, who, what, when, where, why, and how. Maybe I start there and I'll just organize my brainstorming about that. But ultimately, you have to get a list first. You have to get something from which to choose, right? And I think we've started that today. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Any questions so far about what you need to bring on Friday? No. One last little thing here, folks. One last thing. So on Friday, I'm asking you to bring brainstorming. This is a checkpoint. That means you're going to have a careers grade attached to it, right? Careers grades, generally speaking, A, C, or F. What's a B? I don't know. You never know what a B is for careers. You either did it well, you did it sort of well, okay, sort of, not really, or you didn't do it. Check this out, though. Topic chosen and initial research conducted. Let's not waste time on this. It starts going very quickly. Some of you are like afraid of commitment. Like you have a fear of commitment, right? That shouldn't happen when you're this age, but some of you already have that fear of commitment. You don't want to get locked down to anything. At some point, like next Friday, you're going to have to get locked down on something. Because in order to keep this process going smoothly, you have to at some point just say, yep, that's what I'm going to do my paper on. And that's basically by next Friday.
I chose that.
Right? What?
I chose that I want to do.
Okay. So that's it. Have fun brainstorming. We'll see you on Friday. For those students who are watching this video, that's pretty much it. Again, the expectation is for you to do a variety of brainstorming techniques and to bring to class or show me at some point on Friday the various ways that you went about brainstorming. And we're going to start, again, trying to get to this level here. Topic chosen and initial research conducted. Okay, if you have any questions, again, let me know via email or a phone call is just fine. Thanks.